Well, this is my first day of spring break. I was so happy I was able to wake up at noon on a Monday. Sorry if anybody gets jealous because of that. Um, so today I'm going to be talking about the walkout a little bit more because there's still more that I think needs to be talked about it and what the government has done and some other things. Also, is the free market in danger due to Donald Trump? We will find all this out in a little bit when I explain it all, obviously. My name is Jason Riley, and this is the Riley Report. Okay, let's get started. So, there is a few more things I want to talk about the walkout that I missed in my last little rant, basically. So, at my school, at least for me, I think it's all going to die down by the time it's going to be dead by the time we get back from spring break. But it's like it died down and moved. People are going to move on. But I did get some more things over the internet. It's all basically done now. And what I've learned from it is that you can't reply to anything on social media when you're a conservative because once you do it, you're stuck doing it basically to everybody, and it just sucks. So I learned that today, this past week. But also, I'm not going to talk about me. I'm going to talk about other students, like the one that's been popularized for being suspended for not walking out. Now, that's just absolutely ridiculous, okay? If you're going to suspend a student because he won't walk out to support your political agenda, that's ridiculous, okay? The main problem with the walkout is that we tell kids, oh, you got to walk out to remember the victims, right? You got to walk out to remember the 17 students that died in Parkland. So then students are going to be like, oh, okay, I'll do that. I'll walk out to support these victims or whatever. And then the media will take a video or pictures of all these kids standing outside and say, look at all these kids that are standing out, that are walking out of their classrooms to support gun control. Yeah, that's why everybody hates the walkout, okay? Because it's advertised as one thing, but then when you do it, it's not that. So what has the government done? They have made a school safety bill. What is it? It's basically something that provides funding to increase security at schools. It's funding for things like metal detectors, possibly panic buttons, etc. So everyone left and right, Democrat and Republicans, all agree right now that this is a start to, like, the starting steps to moving forward towards school safety. So something been done, but this isn't exactly a lot. But back on the walkout thing, I just don't like how kids across the nation are being bullied for their political views or anything like that. So, and kids that were told to leave the walkout for having like pro-NRA signs, anything like that, or threatened to be put in a police car. I even heard that. Or students at even my own school who have talked to me about being bullied for not going. Like, I didn't know that would happen at my school because my school is in Indiana, since typically Republican. But it's absolutely ridiculous that you're going to bully a kid for not walking out because everybody knows deep down, regardless of who you are, everybody knows that walkout was supposed to be for gun control, and the media and all the left was going to use it to try as a club to beat Republican politicians for gun control, even though that really nobody gives a crap what students think because we're students. I mean, some people, and also the problem with it is that kids are walking out I can get 17 minutes. I can walk out of this awful class that I hate for 17 minutes. So people that have no idea what they're talking about or want any idea of what a gun is are walking out for this, and so that makes it look big as well. So also recently, in Austin, Texas, there have been packages that have been being delivered that are bombs, and I think there were 4 last checked, 4 total, and that have killed a few people. So that's horrible, but it's not being done with guns. So whatever little thing it's being made of, are we going to ban that? No. And is the media going to talk about that a lot? No. But the media would talk about also if I heard that, I don't know if I talked about this last episode or something like that, but a bomb did not go off at a school. And the media hasn't really covered that at all. A bomb was supposed to go off but didn't in a high school. And can you imagine if some shooter walked into a school and just started shooting but didn't hit a single person? Like how much the media would explode over that? Yeah. So that's kind of the thing. And with bombs, it's just proof that people can kill other people with things other than guns, and that other things are bigger problems than assault rifles, or well, what you define as an assault rifle. I do want to play this one thing of Steven Crowder that I saw that I think is really good explanation of what's of guns and all that.
Assault weapons are not an actual thing. Mass shootings are on the decline. The United States does not actually have the most mass shootings in the world. All pistols are some form of semi-automatic. An AR-15 is actually not a military weapon. States with the United States stricter gun control laws have not statistically reduced crime. Gun control measures at large have actually proven to be not effective in reducing violent crime. The United States, by the way, does not have the highest violent crime rate in the industrialized world. Most of the statistical gun deaths that you actually read about include suicides. That's something I didn't tell you. By the way, guns save millions more lives than they ever take, according to the FBI, anywhere from 200,000 to 3 million. Plus, by the way, none of this matters because the Second Amendment ensures your right to self-preservation, period, including firearms, period. And yes, that extends beyond muskets to high-capacity guns that were around back then, like the Belton flintlock, the buckle gun, the pepperbox revolver. And by the way, you're an asshole for exploiting this senseless tragedy to try and forcibly strip us of our human rights regardless. Okay, on with the show. Does that about cover it?
I think that's about
you pieces of human
So that's Steven Crowder. Everybody loves Louder with Crowder, right? Right? Everybody loves him. So, just kidding. Not a lot of people love him. But he makes some really good points and a really good argument. The only thing that I am questioning of is when he said that guns save millions of more lives than they do. I'm sure that's probably true. But according to the FBI is where I'm skeptical, because I tried looking it up and it is not true that it is recorded. I looked it up how many guns, how many justifiable homicides were made with firearms, and it is significantly lower than the amount of homicides with. But that does leave a question: is the homicide statistic I looked up justifiable included? But still, I think that it would still be much larger if you subtracted. But on that topic, it's not, what's not recorded is when you hear a burglar in your house and you get your pump shotgun and stand at the top of the stairs and just do that and pump it, and then they run away really scared, which is something that happens all the time. Which is why I think that is true, but it's not really something that gets recorded that we can prove. But that's something, in my opinion, I think is definitely true. So that's that. That's basically all I have to say about guns and the walkout, and I think I'm done. Next episode is probably going to be completely different, moving on completely. So now we're going to talk about the free market. Is it in danger due to Trump? So with his tariffs and all this other stuff. Also in technology increasing. So this argument is made by Trump supporters. Hey, just like last episode, I am yet again proving that I am not a radical, crazy Trump supporter. So the argument made by Trump supporters is that as technology increases, jobs are lost. For example, cashiers being replaced by machines, like, the McDonald's thing, which I think that is actually the result of people being forced to have a higher minimum wage. That's just me. But, because like if you say the minimum wage now is $10, $12 an hour, McDonald's is going to be like, okay, then we'll fire all our cashiers and replace them with machines. Fair enough. So also inflation is a cause of that. So you can see that in California. So, or truck drivers being replaced by drones or something like that. So it's kind of true. This kind of thing is true. That concept is true. It's been true for many things throughout history, though, such as cars being invented or when landlines went away. But actually, after all these things happened, so in history, technological advances have who when people would say, oh, this is going to cause people to lose jobs, like this case being made right now, is like, I completely just lost my train of thought. It was when any technological advancement has been made that people were scared was going to cause people to lose jobs. Yeah, it is going to cause people to lose jobs, but in the long run afterwards, more jobs have been created by these technological advancements. Think about when the car was invented, the job of truck drivers opened up, and the job of truck drivers is the most common job in a majority of U.S. states, actually, if you didn't know that. So you can't look at the government to keep these jobs. It's not the government's responsibility. This would ultimately lead to communism if you look at the extreme of this scenario. If you look at the extreme of this ideology, so you can't. I feel like that if you look to rely on the government to do this, to protect from technological advancements and keep these jobs, you push towards communism. The purpose of the economy is to not give jobs, but to produce products that other people want to buy. That's what you should do as a producer. And if you're given your job, if everybody is insured their job, you're producing things that nobody wants and that people are forced to buy, and it's more leading towards communism. I don't know a lot about that topic, honestly, but I wanted to talk a little bit about it, and that's why I can't go into much detail. I am very excited to take my AP microeconomics class next year. But this is concluding today's episode that has been poorly planned out and 12 minutes long. So y'all can email me about any problems or anything you want to talk to me about at theRileyReportUSA@gmail.com. And I am very tired right now. So I'm going to end this episode for today. And actually, news, I will probably not be here next week because I will be taking that week off. I'm completely capable of making one, but I would like a break real quick. And so I will see you guys in 2 weeks on Monday, whenever that shall be. So I will be back in 2 weeks. My name is Jason Riley, and this is the Riley Report.